Good afternoon and thanks for joining us right here on Midday Kentucky. Happy Monday, everyone. What a beautiful day outside it is today.
It is gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous.
After what? It was kind of rainy.
Oh, I was like,
that
what was it?
That was not a dramatic word for that pause.
I thought she was going to come up with something big.
Yeah, no, there's nothing working. It's Monday.
It's Monday, my friends. I hope you all had a lovely weekend.
Did you have a good one?
I did. Thank you for asking. But we need to start off the show, everyone. We do want to send our thoughts and prayers to the victims and their families of the recent shootings in Louisville and Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, a gunman killed 11 people Saturday morning in a synagogue. The case is now being prosecuted as a hate crime, and it's the deadliest attack ever on Jews in the U.S.
That's right. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty for the accused gunman. Now, in Louisville, it's another shooting that's considered a hate crime. We've reported on it here. Last week, police say 2 African-American people were killed during a shooting at a Kroger grocery store. The suspected gunman in that shooting is also accused of trying to barge into a black church before that incident.
You know, I thought a lot about this over the weekend, Amber, and it really scares me. You know, I just wonder what we're coming to.
It's horrifying. You know, a lot of times this news breaks on social media first, and you see it and you cringe and
then you scramble to try and get all the facts.
Right, and you know you're going to have to come in and report on it, and it's very, very hard to do that. I can't imagine being it. And I hate saying it. I know a lot of people are saying it, but I'm really tired of just giving our thoughts and prayers. Something needs to be done.
Well, of course something needs to be done, but of course that's more of a political thing.
Right.
And we all know midterm elections are coming up. And if you are against, if you're wanting more gun control, I should say not against gun control, for or against, it's depending on what you believe in, you can make things change.
Go vote.
Go
and it's
vote.
not a party thing. This is, so many people make it out to be the Republicans versus the Democrats. I think now, if there's something that's being consistently used to create this mass destruction and death, maybe there's something we can do. And why does it have to be blue against red and all this stuff?
Well, I think it's more of a humanity thing more than anything
Absolutely.
nowadays. You know, and we know the guy from Pittsburgh was, you know, yelling, you know, he wants to kill all Jews.
It's hate crimes.
Dreadful. And I have a lot of Jewish friends, and it really upset me. I called some friends in Australia. They were upset. They know people in Pittsburgh. They don't know anyone that was shot or injured. But, you know, it upsets a lot of people, and even more so, this gunman that was in Kroger and tried to get into the church first. And what was scary was as he was walking through the car park, he yells at a white man, "Don't worry, white doesn't kill white."
Yep.
It's, I don't know, it was really distressing.
You know, and it's sad because these singleized people are being used to show what our entire culture is as a whole, but that's so incorrect. It's not. I feel like we have moved forward and there's not as much hate versus race as there was at one time. I think minds are opened now, but unfortunately, this is what's getting the press. This is what's happening. It's not that the media wants to cover this. It has to be covered because this is what's happening, people. Everybody thinks we like to blow this out of proportion. I don't think we do. But it is sad that these people are being used as what's going on everywhere, because I don't think that's true. I don't think people are inherently evil like that.
Yeah, I think it's a time of you know, of where we're at right now in the world, not just in America, politically, non-politically, like you say, Republican or non-Republican. I think there's just so much going on that it just makes it very difficult for everyone just to stop. And I'd like to see toned down rhetoric, you know, on all fronts. Yeah. You know, it made me think a lot about it on the weekend, and, you know, made me think, you know, in the society that we live, and what role can I play, what role can I do within the community to maybe help. Like, it makes you think about things.
Oh, absolutely. Do you think, let me ask you, because there have been so many mass shootings that have occurred just, I mean, gosh, all the time now. Do you think that the public and us in general as a people have become desensitized to what's happening?
I don't, look, you're talking to someone from a country that bans guns. Right. And we had a buyback, because we had a major mass shooting back in the day. And the country stood up and went, enough. Our Prime Minister brought back all the guns. And I don't believe there has been, there maybe been 1 or 2 murders with guns, and I think it's been maybe 20 years. You know, I think it scares me, as a person. I worry about young kids. I worry about them getting their hands on things. I understand people have a right, and I respect that, but I think we need to think about it as a society. And I don't just mean in America, everyone, I mean around the world.
I'm glad you brought that up, because Australia is often used as an example when people talk about gun control.
Yeah.
Do you think that's possible to work here in the United States?
Well, I think you'd have to have a constitution change, and that will never happen as far as I'm aware. And I don't know enough about American politics or law, but my understanding is, if when I listen to the news, that would have to be a constitutional change, but you can have changes within the law, like those, now I will say the wrong thing, maybe the stocks that we used on the back of the gun in Las Vegas, was it the bunt stocks, I think?
Stocks, yeah,
bump,
I think that's
bump.
what they're called. Bump, yeah.
Now Trump said he was going to ban them, and he hasn't.
Right.
It still hasn't been done. So things can change, and the public can do it here in America. Get out and vote, people.
It's also going to take a major mind change by
voting.
people.
Voting will do that.
Yeah.
Voting will do that, my friends.
Go
Okay,
vote.
now let's lighten it up, everyone. Don't forget to vote for the Ultimate Big Blue Wedding giveaway. Over 1,000, well, almost 2,000 people now have already voted for 2 finalists who each have a chance to win a wedding worth over $30,000.
You have until November 28th at midnight to vote, and we will reveal the winner live on our show November 29th.
It's very exciting.
Now, you've kind of given hints.
No,
People need to go vote.
Yeah, they have to vote. I'm not going
We're
vote,
just pushing
vote.
voting.
I'm pushing voting today. It sounds like I'm the voter.
So patriotic.
I'm the voting guy. I was going to say something else then, but I shut up. Alrighty, my friends. Every Halloween, Starbucks tends to come out with some interesting flavors, but I want to ask you, have you tried this year's Witch Brew? Ugh. Now, the purple and green drinkable layers are a blend of toad's breath, bat warts, and lizard scales. Don't worry, it's really an orange creme Frappuccino with a swirl of chai seeds. Now, we're bringing them in on Wednesday.
So we get to try these?
For us to try for Halloween.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, this is why. They do this pretty much
I never
every
buy
holiday.
anything. I don't buy any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
from
me
Starbucks.
neither. So
Never.
I've never had the unicorn
I
one.
object to paying something like $6 or $7 for that.
Well, and the reviews are never good. They just look too sweet.
Can I just say something? You know, I watch a lot of reality TV.
Right.
And you see these guys and gals on these reality TV shows, and they come in with like 6 or 7 Starbucks. And I think, where are they getting this money from?
I know, that's like a morning.
I buy a Starbucks of a morning and it's $4.
I know, it's crazy. And
You know?
how much
And
are
that's
those drinks?
well, it's probably $6 or $7. I don't know. We're going to find out on Wednesday, my friend.
I'm kind of excited, but I'm kind of, I don't know, because I've kind of liked saying, yeah, I've never had that.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's not.
I remember when I first came here in 2011 for a holiday, and someone gave me a pumpkin spiced latte.
Oh, yeah.
I had one sip and threw it out.
Yeah,
It was so sweet.
I'm not that either.
Yeah.
But the whipped cream.
Okay, take a look at this Capsule Hostel in London. Peoples can stay in these little pods, and the hostel environment allows visitors to socialise and meet other people. But then they can also escape to the privacy of their own space, which has mood lighting and sockets to charge or use your electronics. There's even a special ventilation to keep the pod cool. The cost is about $35 a night, which includes a breakfast and earplugs. Now, this style of lodging began in Japan back in 1979. Is this something? Well, I know Katie Serlov.
I was just about to say.
She'd totally be into this.
I talk to her almost daily because she goes somewhere new and she stays in hostels, and I have never done it. Have you?
No.
And I don't know if I would.
I would never stay in a hostel.
Well, okay, for one, I'm not a good sleeper to begin with.
Yeah.
And then you're in with a zillion people you
No,
don't
thank
even
you.
know.
Yep.
They could murder you.
Yep.
I think I do too much news.
Yeah, I think that, well, I think hostels are great for backpackers. Look, hostels are great for uni students who are having that year's break. You know,
Gap
that
year.
Gap year. I think it's good for that. But I don't know, $35. I get if you
Or
live
if you just
doing it on
want
a
to
budget.
travel, I believe that. I mean, that's cheap.
No, that's what I mean. If you're traveling on a gap year.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even anybody,
Yeah.
I guess.
Tell
If
us
you're
what you
brave.
think. We've
And you
put it up
probably
on
meet
Facebook.
people. I mean, we're just being snobby. Let's just
No,
say that.
well,
No,
I don't think it's a snobby thing.
That we
I
won't
think
stay
it's
in a
your
hostel?
No, never. Never.
I'm going to go with you, then.
Yeah, no.
It's not snobby.
Bed bugs and all. Well, mind you, get bed bugs in hotels, people. Alrighty, this freaks me out. Breastfeeding may soon no longer be a female-only job. There is something that's being created called a chest feeding kit, and it allows dads to be able to breastfeed their kids. The kit hasn't been tested yet, but it contains a hormone cocktail that men can take while their partner is pregnant, and it helps them grow milk ducts. The major side effect at this moment is the man growing man boobs, known as moobs, and they can grow up to a B cup size. The chest feeding kit would also have a pump and a compression vest, very similar to a maternity bra. The purpose behind this project is to help fathers feel more included when raising a child. My thought, people, I don't think a man really needs to be that included.
So
And I don't think he wants to be.
Well, they didn't add in there that the reason that this was created is to help the mothers, because a lot of mothers have problems breastfeeding, and they can't do it, so then they either have to, I don't know how it works.
Go on
because I'm
to
not a mother.
formula.
Right, formula, or I think get
Why do I
breast
know
milk
that
from
stuff?
somebody else, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
So in doing this, it's kind of an empathy tool.
Do people still have wet nurses nowadays? I know back in the day in English times they did.
What is
A wet nurse is where you would never breastfeed, but you'd give it to like someone in the house, one of the housekeepers or something.
I think you can get it from other people. I don't know if
Really?
you just
I don't know.
hire somebody to do that
Yeah.
and live with you. I don't know the
Okay.
logistics of that.
Something you maybe can tell us at home.
Yeah, people
You
that
know?
actually know
So go
stuff.
on, what was the other theory?
Well, he did it as an empathy tool because a lot of times, do you think fathers feel left out in this process?
I don't think fathers would be in for this. Somehow, Dee, what are you thinking? I don't think you really want to grow moobs
Why
and
does the
double
woman
OBS.
have to go through all of this? I'm okay with the guy having to have a little change.
That's where I have it. And when I say this, this is one of the luxuries
Of being a man?
of being a woman,
Oh.
that you have the privilege of being able to do that.
Yeah, well, it's not really a
it-
privilege when you have to deal with going to work and dealing with pumping and all that kind of stuff. It's it's beautiful.
I
It's a
think
beautiful
a lot of women
thing.
feel it's a privilege
Absolutely.
to be able to do
yeah,
it.
but it's also a hindrance in work, and I mean, it's a lot of work.
Hmm.
It takes a lot out of you to wake up, do all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, it is a privilege, but it's not an easy job.
No, no.
So why not let?
Well,
the
that's why
man
they
do
call
some?
motherhood a job, because it is an actual job. Do you know what I mean?
I think some mothers would gladly allow their husband to do this.
I don't know about that. I don't know. And I don't know whether a man would want to do it. I don't know. Tell us what you think, everyone. I think we put this story up on our Facebook
Yeah, it's up
page.
there.
Very quickly, going to get into this next story. A cafeteria manager is going viral for the creative way she encourages elementary school students. She writes little sweet notes on bananas. Now, the manager is pretty much embarrassed for how much her attention these gestures are receiving. But the principal of the school says it's so simple and amazing, and it has such an impact on the kids. I love it.
Yes.
That's why I sent this in.
If you argue this, you have no heart.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.